The main event of Joshua 22 is that the tribes on the other side of the Jordan build an altar, a replica of the altar of the Lord. The Israelites rally to kill them for forsaking the Lord. They remember the times past where the sin of some brought trouble for everyone. One of the stories they recall is that of Achan, who stole some valuables. Not only were he and his family killed, but there were some other Israelites killed because they went into battle not realizing God wasn't going with them because there was sin in their camp. They say to the eastern tribes, Achan didn't die alone for his sin. Do you ever stop to think about the serious consequences of sin? The wages of sin is death. We focus on the gift of grace and forgiveness. And yes, there is grace and forgiveness, but sin does bring death in many ways. There are different kinds of sin. There's the, Lord, I told you I would get up early and spend time with you, but I slept in kind of sin. God is patient with our fumbling around in our flesh. That kind of sin only breeds death if it's a habit, because then you would be continually putting flesh above God. In that particular example, you would be not giving him your time, and you need his word to live, so you are continually starving yourself and ignoring him. And yeah, that's a road to death. There's hurt coming, which is a good thing to get you turned back to God and back on the path of righteousness that leads to dwelling with him eternally. Then there's a sin that you don't know about. It was unconscious, accidental. When he shows you your sin, you stop and walk away, grateful that he's growing you and teaching you. That's life, not death. Then there's conscious sin. You know it's wrong, but you reject God's way and choose selfishness and choose to sin. That sin breeds death. That sin will hurt you and will hurt those around you. This is the sin that scares the wife, that leads a wife into acting controlling, to try to play God in their family. She knows a sinful husband's bad choices can hurt them all. Here again is where faith kicks in. God sees the whole, but he also sees the individual. A wife sinning to protect herself from sin is a recipe itself for death. A wife resting on her husband Jesus to take care of them and to turn her earthly husband to him will find life in the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living.